Oh, what's happening? Welcome, baby. Welcome. It's ONG from the ONG Swac Sports Network. Hey, we got a little bit to talk about today. Let's talk about coaching. Let's talk about a few other things, man. The football season is about to wrap up. Basketball is over with. And congratulations to the Lady Jaguars and the Alabama State Hornet men for actually winning the NCAA tournament game. And as I expected, they had to, play in, which I'm 100% against the play-in games, but they actually won their playoff games, and I think that's Southern women first time ever winning one, which is good. Alabama State men also. So, hey, it's all good in the hood, man. But how y'all doing, man? I want y'all to come on here and hit that like button, man. I thought my music would be working, but I'm glad it's not working. YouTube ain't playing with me with copyright violations and all that other stuff. But it's all good, though, man. But I got something, man. And the reason why I want to talk about coaches, I want folks to just, let me see if I still got it. I want to, yes, here it is. I want you, want more folks to come up in here, but I want you to hear this. And this is what I think we're missing nowadays.
Was interviewing Jesse Jackson. Mm-hmm. And they was asking like some questions about like black superiority or inferiority. And they was like, man, but you all excel in sports such and such. And I think the interview expected him to talk about some like DNA, genealogy type of shit. Mm-hmm. And Jesse said the most raw shit I ever heard. Jesse said, every time you step on the basketball court, the rims is 10 feet high. Every time you step on the basketball court, the court is 90 feet long. Every time you step on the football field, it's 100 yards. Mm-hmm. Right? The rules is flat out in public. That's the only place where the rules is in public. Mm. So you can't change.
It's only so much you can cheat me.
It's only so much you can cheat me. Anytime the rules is in public, we fucking you up. Yeah. I don't know who it was.
I hope you caught that. I'm gonna play it again because I think some of the folks didn't hear it in the back. Give me 1 second. All right, I had to turn that alarm off. But I'm gonna play this again. I want you to listen. Listen to this.
Interviewing Jesse Jackson. Mm-hmm. And they was asking like some questions about like black superiority or inferiority. And they was like, man, but you all excel in sports such and such. And I think the interview expected him to talk about some like DNA, genealogy type of shit. Mm-hmm. And Jesse said the most raw shit I ever heard. Jesse said, every time you step on the basketball court, the rims is 10 feet high. Every time you step on the basketball court, the court is 90 feet long. Every time you step on the football field, it's 100 yards. Mm-hmm. Right? The rules is flat out in public. That's the only place where the rules is in public. Mm. So you can't change.
It's only so much you can cheat me.
It's only so much you can cheat me. Anytime the rules is in public, we fucking you up. Yeah. I don't know who it was.
Now, what that man was saying, that we are on an equal playing field when it comes to the rules of the game. When it comes to the rules of the game. I played that video just so folks can understand what I'm saying. I watched over the weekend a disturbing trend, and this is just my opinion. The coach from Norfolk State, the ladies, is going to coach at Auburn. HBCU go, Norfolk, and thousands of other people, mainly black people, was jumping for joy like this man won the lottery. To go to Auburn? To go to Auburn. I played that video for you. What is so different? If you tell me money, resources, we need to talk. How does Auburn get the money and the resources for their sports? I can tell you one thing it is, attendance. $175, $275, $800 football tickets. Who are they going to see? They ain't going to see Billy Bob from the trailer. They're going to see Jamal and Laquan. I hope I'm making sense to you. Well, we have to have a serious conversation. Why is people so happy for that man from Norfolk who built that program from the ground up? I think Brother Bakari told me, Brother Bakari told me it was 9 years. I didn't know he had been there that long. He had been there 9 years. Powerhouse in HBCU basketball. I wonder how many times did that man play in front of a sellout crowd at Norfolk. The other one, the coach, he went to Alabama State, Reggie Barlow. Now he's coaching at Tennessee State. The only people I seen happy for Reggie Barlow going to Tennessee State was Alabama State fans. They was appreciative of that coach going to play there. So where am I going with this? How the hell can we be so happy for a coach to go to, which if you ever been to Auburn, you would gag. That's how hickabilly that place is to me. You'd be so happy for him to go to Auburn over money and resources. That's all I ever hear from people. So hell with the culture. Because if you know anything about Auburn, 1860, War Eagle, the Civil War, that's what that college is based off of. You can't tell me about violence at HBCU campus. You need to look at how many shootings been on Auburn campus. That off-campus site where them football players be at. Like they in the projects. Just saying. But the excitement was so happy for that coach. And I'm saying to myself, why are you so happy that somebody who's built a dominant powerhouse is leaving? Big opportunity. Auburn basketball? Auburn women basketball? Only reason why the men are good because Bruce Pearl is a crook. Look where Bruce Pearl in the men's program, everywhere he's been, it's always been the NCAA and investigating him. I'm just saying, crookedness. We cannot be so excited for these people to leave an HBCU to take the talent from Norfolk and take it down to Auburn, where Auburn is anti-diversity, equity, inclusion. I say again, Auburn is anti-diversity, equity, inclusion. So you hired this coach based on merit? I think you hired that coach to take away from an HBCU. I'm open to talk about it. I do not mind putting this link down here. And if you got something to say, let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, Brother Bakar? I'm serious. If somebody got something to say, they want to challenge me on that, because I'm telling you, what is happening, we are hiring the wrong coaches. I'm not saying that coach at Norfolk was the wrong coach there. That man built a powerhouse. Norfolk women, from what I've seen from them, damn, they always up there. Some ballers, they can play. But what I cannot stand to see is the excitement to go into a school like an Auburn. And it's not that I have anything against Auburn, because look, these size 12 shoes that I have on would never be on your campus. Trust me on that. I wouldn't donate to Auburn fund for any damn thing. What that Alabama fan did, he burnt the damn trees or did poison the trees. What, that's the kind of crap they do up there. But when Reggie Barlow accepted the Tennessee State University head coaching job, it was damn near crickets. I'm like, come on, man, Reggie Barlow's a good player. Now, Alabama State fans was geeked up and happy, and that's how it's supposed to be. I think the support was from HBCU Go and all them other places was sent wrongly. Now, Brother Carr say, War Eagle, laugh out loud. Tell them the history of War Eagle. Brother McCarr, I want to tell them, but I want them to read it for themselves. But if you don't know how War Eagle is attached to the Confederacy, you need to find out. I know the story. Google War Eagle, Auburn, 1860, and the Confederacy. You probably would never want to go to Auburn once you find that stuff out. I learned that years ago. Ole Miss Rebels. You know why they was the Rebels? They rebelled against the United States. They senior class went to fight for the Confederacy. And none of them came back. That eagle over the battlefield. He probably eating their carcasses. But it's all good. I want y'all to do that for me. So, well, what we gonna get into, man? Where's my thing? Yeah. And let's get into some SWAC Sports. But I will. Where's that link here? Let me drop this link because I ain't afraid of you. Let's talk about these coaches. Because I told Brother Bakari, me and him talk on the phone. Good brother, man. We talk on the phone quite a bit, man, about a lot of stuff, HBCUs and a lot of other stuff. And like I told him, we're hiring the wrong coaches. I'm telling you now, SWAC, HBCUs, stop hiring these damn celebrity coaches or likable coaches or coaches with a name. You better get you somebody that can build your program that ain't going to leave you in 2 or 3 years. What was it, HBCU game day? They reporting on Delaware State practices now. Anything to get you trending. Boy. That link drop. Let me present this, man. Because I got a little, I'll tell you about my Vegas trip, man. The plane ride there was something. Whew. Here we go. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. All right, man. Oh, goodness. Here it is. If you hadn't seen it, go back. Prairie View wins the SWAC bowling championship title. Salute to the ladies of Prairie View for winning the bowling title. Guess who they beat? The good old people from Southern. What did you say, Southern? Southern wins another championship? You ain't win that one. Them ladies from Prairie View out bowled y'all ass. How about that? That was good for them, man. All right. Baseball. Let's see where we at in SWAC baseball. Let's look at the standings. We're going to do softball. Conference, Bethune-Cookman. BC is 5-1. Grambling State 5-1. FAM 4-1. Texas Southern 4-2. Prairie View 4-2. Alabama State 3-2. Pine Bluff. After they beat up on Alcorn, they 3-3. Jackson State, you're struggling in conference at 2-4. Southern, you're struggling at conference. Jackson State and Southern was supposed to be battling it out. The season is early, but they both at 2-4. And rounding up the rear, Maga Valley, who the hell y'all beat 1-5? And Alcorn, y'all need to come out here and play me. Y'all look pathetic. I ain't gonna lie, Alcorn, your baseball team look like me trying to play PlayStation 5. Just throw them remote control down. Get out of here, man. But Bethune-Cookman is looking pretty good, though, man. Grambling and is looking pretty good also. Now, like I said, the season is a long way to go. You got 3-game series and all kind of other stuff, but it's just early look, and this is what we're gonna be focusing on for the next few weeks. But we're gonna definitely get into football, man. Oh yeah, the schedule coming up. Oh yeah, spring games are coming up. Where them Alabama State fans at? Y'all been Alabama State fans? Don't think I didn't. I returned every comment, every message that y'all sent me. Yeah, gonna come for me. I got something for you. But what is this? Tomorrow, Alabama A&M takes on Miles. Florida International takes on Bethune. And Conte Ward takes on Prairie View. And if you didn't see the Jackson State and Prairie View fight, that's typical baseball fight. It's nothing personal. They just, I don't know what it is. But when you play Jackson State, the dog comes out of you. Not only you want to beat Jackson State, you want to beat the fans and the players and everybody else. Man, leave Jackson State people alone, man. Them folks got that, they got that swag, and I got it. Well, Alabama State takes on Georgia State. Southern goes to McNeese. And Grambling, Louisville play against Louisiana Tech. Okay, so interstate play. Shit. And any game. Now, Thursday, March 27th, everybody ought to tune in. It's the Bad News Bears from Alcorn and the Bad News Bears from Mississippi Valley State. They play each other. That ought to be a funny damn game. Alcorn versus Valley in baseball. I guarantee you, I can get a bunch of T-ballers and go out there and play better than Alcorn and Valley can. Pathetic. But it is what it is, man. Yeah, they in the 3-game series, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But, man, come on, man. Ooh, Lord. And they playing at Maga Valley. Man, y'all get on up out of here. But these are the baseball schedules, man. Now let's check out softball, man. And then we're gonna talk about these coaches, man. What is that? Softball. Because I asked who y'all think gonna win the SWAC baseball and softball tournament. I ain't got no answers yet. Let's see standings. Them ladies be playing that baseball. All right, there it is. See the ladies in division. Yeah. That Jackson State 6-2. Bethune 6-2. FAM 6-3. Here we go again. The women games is gonna be tough, just like the tournament was. So somebody gonna have to emerge. And Jackson State overall is in 16-10, so they doing real well, man. Alabama A&M 5-4, Alabama State 3-6, Maga Valley 0-9. In the West, Prairie View 6-1, Texas Southern 7-2, Southern 4-5, Grambling 2-4, Arkansas Pine Bluff 3-6, and Alcorn 1-6. Congratulations, Alcorn, you got a victory. They schedules. My bad. I hit stats again. Schedule. What's going on? Hey, check out these ladies, man. If you go into the especially the Prairie View and Texas Southern, they play all their sports. Maga Valley, they used to play all their sports on there, but I ain't watching them. I'm gonna be real with you. Tuesday, Henderson State takes on Pine Bluff in Conte Ward versus Prairie View. And see, when it says, if you look over, it says video. That means that Prairie View is live streaming their game. Louisiana Christian University versus Southern. Louisiana Christian University, y'all might want to pray. Y'all going down there on Plank Road somewhere. You might get anything and everything you want down on Plank Road. Whew. Henderson State takes on Pine Bluff. Texas Southern versus Houston Christian. And Louisiana Christian University plays Southern again. What? Oh, that's a doubleheader they got tomorrow. Oh, so y'all gonna need extra prayer. Y'all playing a doubleheader in Southern. And Wednesday, Jackson State versus Nicholls State. And Thibodeau. Oh, no, not Thibodeau. Shit me. Jackson State, y'all bring that Jacktown, that swag down there to Thibodeau. Them country people, that boy. And so that's what's going on up in there, man. So that's your softball and baseball, the bowling and your bowling. But let's get back to these coaches, man. And like I said, I asked a question. Do you expect your coach, no matter what the sport is, football, basketball, track and field, don't matter. Do you expect your coach at your HBCU, SWAC college, to stay there longer than 5 years or 5 years or less? I really want to know from people. Do you really expect your coach to stay there? Do you expect, I should say this also, you win a SWAC championship. Say you win 2 out of 3 years and a D1 school calls you. Do you expect your coach to stay? Or do you expect him to leave to go and take the money and leave? Because that's all I hear. It's opportunity, it's money, you got more of this and that. Same thing in basketball. It don't matter the sport, baseball, softball. So that's something I really want folks to answer. I ain't got an answer yet. So if we're afraid to say our coach at our HBCU will leave because of money if he wins a SWAC title, or he has a potential to win a SWAC title. Well, you think about it. The last 2 SWAC coaches that we had to leave to go to PWIs, they both won a title. Both went undefeated in the SWAC. One went to be a running back head coach at Duke. Then he became a coach at, FAU. Then, of course, the other one won back-to-back SWAC championships, lost both Celebration Bowls. and then he's the coach out west. Oh, I forgot. Miss Arsenault said nope. They'll leave if they see if fit comes with the territory. So they leaving for a better opportunity, or they leaving for money, or they leaving for recognition. Because some people act like it's a privilege to go coach at some of these places. I still don't think Auburn basketball is worth a damn, in my opinion. But that's just me. I mean, I've been around sports my entire life. Been going to college and pro games since the 80s. And I've been to some places where I would never go again. And then I've been to mainly every SWAC. I've been to every SWAC stadium except Perryview. Not Perryview, except FAMU and Bethune-Cookman. So money and opportunity. I got the money part. But what opportunity are they getting at a PWI that they're not getting at a SWAC school? Is it they cannot recruit a 5-star to come to a SWAC school, or a 4-star, which I don't care about stars? And I'm glad and thank you, Ms. Arsenault, for answering questions. Is it opportunity for I can't recruit this kid because he's not going to come to an HBCU? And if that's the case, why do everybody talk about the HBCU culture is second to none? Our culture, our schools is different than anything else. If our culture, and trust me, you're never going to hear no complaint from me. Trust me, on pizza and fried chicken night in the cafeteria, man, some of the greatest times in the world spent at HBCU campus. So trust me on that. Some of the best learning in the world. But if the opportunity is I cannot get this young man to come to my HBCU, but I can get him to come to a Colorado or USM. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'll be joining. Okay, brother. Wait, the link is there, man. You're more than welcome to come up. But I really want folks for us to talk about this, because what I'm seeing is, and I don't know if y'all just joining, what my concern is, I've seen so much excitement. Let me see if I can find it on this thing, man. And I'm not saying I'm mad at the coach, man. Hey, man, you do what you got to do, man. Let's see, HBCU. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, man. Like y'all acting like this man it has won the lottery. Okay. All right, this is the one for Reggie Barlow. Hold on, let me show it to you. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, man. Now this is for Reggie Barlow. You know, they giving him a warm welcome. And congratulations, this and that. Following my Alabama State, Virginia State head coach, is returning to HBCU football as a new head coach at Tennessee State after earning XFL Coach of the Year honors in 2023 with the DC Defenders. Barlow now takes over a TSU program coming off a co-OVC Big South Championship and FCF playoff berth under Eddie George, with a history of revitalization and FCF programs, leading Alabama State to 3 SWAC East Division titles and Virginia State to a CIAA championship. Barlow coaching success matched by his playing career, which includes NFL Super Bowl victory. And that says now he looks to build on TSU momentum and guide the Tigers to continuous success. Hell of a little write-up. Great resume. Welcome, Reggie Barlow. Let's click on the comments and see what the comments say. Oh, that's right. It ain't no damn comments. See what I'm saying? I don't know. Me and about 4 of us, let's see how many folks like this shit. We got a few little likes, right? Ain't too many. That's all we got on there. Let's go to the comments. Nobody commented and said, congratulations, coach. Welcome back to the HBCU world. Reggie Barlow's a hell of a player in the NFL. Hell of a college athlete also at Alabama State. All right. Now let's see. Where if I can find rest in power George Foreman. Boom, 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 baye. Y'all don't know about boom, 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 baye. I'm trying to find the one with maybe I'm on the wrong one. Maybe they took it down because I was throwing shade. No. Now look at this right up here. This talks about Larry Vickers, named Auburn's women head basketball coach. In her last game, Diamond Johnson received praise of value to sports program. Now, not only is the write-up longer, and then they could talk about congratulations to Coach Vickers and continued success in his new role. I don't want to hear about that shit. But it was 366 likes on that one. And then the comments. Also a Spartan, behold the green and gold. Good luck, Coach Vickers. Oh, man. I'm not. You can see this for you. I'm not going to read this stuff, man. But why was the praise so far from him? Yeah, like I said, Norfolk State, where he led the team to 3 straight MEAC championships, NCAA tournament appearances. So here you go again. As I was saying, you win a couple of titles, you're gone. They come calling. So that's what I wanted to show you the difference of the reactions from the. Like I said, I don't want to read them comments, man, because all they're gonna do is run my blood pressure up. You know, I said on the. Damn it! Stop sharing it. Yeah, but I said on the went to Vegas this weekend, and I said on the plane. I said on the plane. The first, it was a connecting flight from here to Dallas. It was cool. I sat by Ken and Karen. Karen kept staring at my damn hair, like my hair ain't something. Like, you know, and she said, "Oh, I like your hair." Whatever. I pulled up them minutes and drunk me a couple of Hennessy and Coke. And, you know, they left me alone, left them alone. Now, when I got to that damn Dallas, I got on the plane with 3 ladies that looked like they went to work at Junior's bachelor party. And they cut up the whole entire ride. Wherever they came from. One of them, she had some new teeth in her mouth. The other one had new breasts. And the third one had a BBL. I was in hell. I said, where the hell y'all come from? Wigs cocked to the side. And I said, man, this can't be real, man. They done partied in Punta Cana and got their bodies done and all. Oh, man, that girl couldn't sit down. She had to turn her side. And, oh, man, never again. Oh, I see Bakari backstage, man. What up, bro?
What's going on?
Hey, man, what's happening with you? Hey, you see what I was saying? I hope somebody else want to come and join, especially an Alabama State fan. But my whole live tonight was talking about these coaches, man. And what do we expect from an HBCU head coach once he takes a job?
If you're coming to build a program, you know, if you're going to stay for, obviously they ain't going to stay forever. Ain't no more W.C. Gordons and Dave
Coach
Whitley,
Robinson,
and
Pete.
yeah, and Robinson, big house games. But here's the thing, right? People say that more money. I understand you need more money. More money don't mean more better. Norfolk State program is better than Auburn's.
Yes.
And I'm telling people now, and this is not me throwing shade at him for leaving. That struggle that Auburn has, look at the history of Auburn women's basketball. That
Mm-hmm.
struggle is still going to be there. In the last, what, 10 years, 12 years?
Mm-hmm.
12 years? This is their third coach in the last 12 years.
Yep.
Uh, we say opportunity. Us as a people, right? Remember when that coach left Oklahoma to go to USC? Did you hear the football coach?
Yeah.
Did you find any Oklahoma fans congratulating him, talking about they are so proud of him because he got an
They wanted to
opportunity to
kill
make
him.
it? I have no idea why we celebrate our people leaving us so we can. It's like we have gotten so comfortable being less than other people that we don't feel we have made it. We don't feel we can do anything unless we go to the people that, think about this, the people that put us in this position. We
Mm-hmm.
run to those people to take us out of this position. Now, do they need more money? Yeah. So
Yes.
those basketball games, there should be 6,000 people at every game. Those football games, however big your stadium is, those stadiums need to be packed.
Yep. Hey man, keep going. You cooking. You cooking.
If we are not getting, and then think about this, if these big companies, like, people love Nike tennis shoes, right? Or they wear Adidas tennis shoes and they'll wear all that. Go look and see what Nike do for Oregon and Colorado and all that. Black
Mm.
people save Nike. But if these people
Ooh.
can't give to black people, watch the movie Air. They didn't think black people save Nike. But they don't give nothing to you, but yet and still we'll still run out and say, yo, I got 20 pairs of Jordans. I got 30 pairs of these. So we can't get the sponsorship where our coaches can get more money from these big companies, but we give these big companies our money and don't want to stop doing it. When I say what I say, I'm glad I found your panel, because when I say what I say, at least I'm speaking to someone like who can understand, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
Auburn is not a great opportunity. I'm just going to be honest with you. Auburn coaching job is not a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity if you're looking for. I don't know what he was making at. I don't know what he was making uh at Norfolk State. He's probably getting about 600,000 at between 550-700,000 at Auburn, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're just looking at the money, yeah, it's a great opportunity. But once again, more money does not mean more better. But here's the thing. So now you leave and go to Auburn. Their center that was balling out against Maryland. She hit the transfer portal. Where you think she gonna end up at? So when our coach leave, then our players leave, and we're so happy, concerned about what they're doing, without looking at our situation, seeing, damn, look where we at now. Look where we at. They going to build up the competition. Look where we're at now. Because when the coach leave, the players leave.
And
Jackson
when
State went through it with Dion. They went through it with the coach that went to UNC Charlotte. And I'm going to say this: Jackson State coach, Jackson State women's coach, and Auburn women coach. Both of them went to universities where the program where they was at, the HBCU, was better than those two programs.
and see that's
Jackson
the
State was. Go
go ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
And
No,
I
I was
say,
just going to say Jackson State was better than UNC Charlotte.
mm-hmm.
Norfolk State is better than Auburn.
I was about to say, and that's the problem that we don't see. I think not all of us, because we have some diehard HBCU fans. Their college play on the moon. They going. We got some diehard supporters, but for the casual average HBCU fan, they don't see themselves as equal to or as better than a program that will hire their coach. You got to think about it. until Sanders went to Colorado. Colorado was irrelevant for how many years? Over 20. Over 20. Jackson State was better than them. So my thing is, I think the coaches are saying, you know what, hell with it. I'm going to go over there. But I'm telling you, coaches, Mr. Charlie's ice is not cold as you think.
And I'm going to tell you something else, and I don't know if you had a video that I sent you. We brag on these people. Oh, yeah, man, he going to the SEC. The basketball player from Texas A&M in 2025, when they interviewed him after a loss, he was talking about the school. One of the problems but see, we have taught our people it's okay to deal with that as long as you get a couple dollars. He talked about the racism. He talked about being called the N-word by the Texas A&M fans because he missed a free throw.
Yep. I seen that video. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the one you sent me. Yeah, I got it.
But they say you have to be mentally strong. That's not mentally, that's mentally weak, teaching your child it's okay to put up with that. It's okay to go to Ole Miss and they got the Klan marching. It's okay to go to Alabama. It's okay. We should go to those schools because you have a better opportunity. So if you have a better opportunity at a better opportunity at going pro. Most of these kids ain't going pro. Don't give a damn what level they on.
There you go.
Most of them is not going pro. Don't give a damn what level they on.
It's what is it, like 1 out of 25 will go to the NFL. 1 out of 75 will go to the NBA. It's some crazy number, man. That it just really is like, damn, dog. Go to them. Make sure you get that degree. If you don't get that degree, dog, you just gonna be a memory. You know, they're gonna be selling your jersey. If you was good enough, they'll be selling your jersey with your name on the back. But you ain't getting the money now. You know, so that belongs to the school. Well, not with NIL, you might, but then they'll just sell a jersey without your name on the back of it. So, but but here's
the thing about it: they can do that because we will accept that.
And I think it starts with the recruitment process. If you ever get a chance to see Nick Saban doing the doing the bus stop and eating greens with his hands, or if you see the coach from LSU go recruit a young man and have his hat turned to the back like he's some gangster, it's a gimmick that they play, and we fall hook, line, and sinker because Nick Saban came to my house and recruited my son. Nick Saban would not have a football program if he did not have black athletes. You see what I'm saying? So,
and for people to think you have a better opportunity if you go there. Mm-hmm. So this racism is still here. But why would those HBCU players getting drafted 60s, 70s, 80s? They were being drafted, because they were going there. And if you go now, but here's the thing. Me and one of my homeboys was saying this, and he's a Norfolk State alum, and he really, really hate this move by that. So he was thinking about it so if we think about it, why should a 4 or 5 star come to that school and because I'm gonna use Diamond Johnson. He used Diamond Johnson. I'm gonna use his example. Diamond Johnson wanted to go to an HBCU, right? Diamond Johnson was starting at North Carolina State. Look at North Carolina State right now. They just moved on to the Sweet 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she gave up an opportunity to win a national championship to make a difference, right? So we want to ask our 4 and 5 star athletes to sacrifice and come to an HBCU, but for what? So I can build up this coach resume so he can leave in 3 years.
And that's what it's looking like.
And go coach for somebody else. Then have the players come with them.
That's what it's looking like. Hey, 1 second, bro. Bakari, I want. This is what I was talking about. That's Nick Saban. That's what he did to get 4 or 5-star recruits to come to him. Look at the whole family. You see what I'm saying? That's the gimmick. That's the gimmick. Little children there and everything. I'm not trying to show that baby, but look at them. That's the gimmick that they do to us. That man could have went to Alabama State, Alabama A&M, FAMU, Bethune, Jackson, Alcorn, Graham.
Yep.
But then now I wanted people to see that video when I told them Nick Saban go to recruit's house and dance. People thought I was joking when I made that. I'm glad they put it on there. Nah, but hey, that's the bullshittery that we up to. That's why the coach from Prairie View called out Chip Kelly. I'm not going to your house to dance. Your mic is muted, man.
No, I was listening to you.
Okay,
so
okay, my bad. I didn't know if it was muted. But yeah, the coach from Prairie View, he called out the coach because he know what they doing. They exploiting these children. But hey, I don't know. I don't know what is in the water when they go to them folks' houses, but it makes them. I'm not hating on them because I tell you all the time. I don't give a damn where you go. That is y'all's decision that the family made, and hopefully they made the right decision because a lot of them do not pan out at those schools. A lot of them go there. Some of them sit the bench 3-4 years, or some of them end up transferring, getting in trouble. It's a lot that goes into it. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not never knocking them, but I want folks to understand when we start losing our coaches like this, because they're proven winners on the HBCU level. Why couldn't Auburn recruit that man 5 years ago? Why couldn't they recruit him 6 years ago? I believe that's my biggest problem.
Can I say something right quick? And I tell people when they get a chance to look it up. And especially dealing with it. But see, and here's the thing, and I say it's all of these power conferences and the Power 4 and the G6 conferences, because none of them said nothing. When that damn SEC commissioner was bold enough to stand up in front of Congress, because they was talking about NIL, and they was talking about how they had to help the smaller schools and how they had to help the HBCUs with funding for NIL. The SEC commission stand up in front of Congress and say there's not one black college that should be Division I, and we will still run over there. He didn't hide it.
What's his name? Swanky? Is it Swanky?
I can't remember his name. That's when the NIL was it was like a couple of years ago.
And it was
like a couple of years ago.
I'm gonna still say this. I showed it on him. This was during football season when that NIL first started. When Jackson State had Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, they were top 10 in NIL. That's when I knew it was going to be a problem. I said, this is going to be a problem here. I said, you got Jackson State is in the top 10 in NIL deals.
But what we need to understand, the original king of now see, in some time I would say we might get lazy at our schools or whatever. I don't know. But the original king of NIL was a guy named Raekwon Smith, who went to Norfolk State. He was the first one getting like $3 million NIL deal. He wasn't even on Big Time Star. He said he talked about it. He said he just called round company to company to company to company.
That's the one with the East Bay shoes and all that. That's the kid.
Yeah, from Norfolk. Yeah, he finished.
One of them, he had so many NIL deals with different.
Yeah.
How you get this, man?
He finished. He finished because he said he did the work.
Yeah.
He said he was just calling people, and he said the money is out there if you call. And he finished his career at Virginia Union, and by going down to a Division II, he didn't lose no NIL deal. He didn't lose nothing. Sometimes we have, like when I say we need to be talking to these big companies who black folks who we love to spend our money with and all that.
Mm-hmm.
What you ask them for sponsorship? What can they do other than tell this man, our athletic department need this? Y'all make this much money off us. Y'all make this much money off us. Once again, I'll say it again. We say Nike. I ain't gonna say Oregon. They ain't gonna give nobody like they give Oregon. I think the dude went to Oregon. But go look at Mississippi State and Colorado facilities, and then go look at a HBCU that wear Nike and look at their facilities.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely
But we will constantly spend our money with these people. And when I say this, a lot of, like I said, people have problems with me when I say it. But sometime, man, we're gonna have to take a stand.
Yes.
Look at that BS deal Alabama State and A&M got from Amazon.
I was the first one to tell you.
I know you told me.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Hell no. $1 million? Amazon made $1 million, I guarantee you, in less than 30 seconds. That's a joke. And Cedric Walker, you correct. Nick Saban became a whistleblower against Jackson State when he had Travis Hunter. He was a sucker for that. Yes, you are correct, Cedric. Nick Saban was so anti-Deion Sanders, but Deion Sanders didn't even see it. Making them athletic commercials, he was mad because you got Travis Hunter, and hey man, and the rest is history with them. But going back to what you were saying, McCarr, I keep telling people Amazon got over, just like cricket gets over in the Celebration Bowl. But
don't stop there. I ain't gonna let you stop there. Them damn classics we be running to, we getting over.
Oh gosh, hey, I told you after Alabama A&M, after the Magic City Classic, after they play everybody from the street sweeper to the police officer working overtime, that city brings in $20 million in revenue. $20 million. You mean to tell me we got to call in Amazon to give us one? For them to have Amazon all over because Amazon afraid that black people will do what they did to Target? Hey, we can go. Hey, let's not stop them. Bayou Classic, my home, New Orleans. Do you know how many? You don't even want to know the number of the amount of money that black people spend for Bayou Classic weekend. I'll tell you this: it's close to almost 100 million.
How much do the schools get?
Nothing.
It's crazy. So here's the thing. So when you have an opportunity to make money, we give it away. Ooh, we got a classic. Man, the hell with them classics. And I'm just being honest. See here, like Deion ain't said, he said a couple things I agree with. And when he said there's too many classics, I agree. Mm-hmm. Man, we giving up home games for $400,000. We give up a home game for $400,000.
Yeah, I'm look, I've said this since this show started. I'm all about home and home. That's why every year I go to Perry View in Texas Southern. Labor Day Classic weekend. I go every year because it's on campus. I love a good campus rivalry.
But then only
other campus rivalry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to, but then we say we don't have the money to pay the coaches.
You know why you ain't got the money? Because I know you go up to Dallas in the Cotton Bowl, you dropping off about 50, 60 million for that weekend easily. That's why I go to Jackson State and Alcorn when it's in Jackson. I'm not going now. Hey, Alcorn, no disrespect to y'all, but I will never in my life again have my ass burning. I felt like that girl sitting on that damn plane with her BBL 3-4 hours, but I will go to Jackson State and Alcorn in Jackson every year. I was going to Valley in Jackson State every year in Valley. Not no more. But that's not because of the teams. That's because of the administration in Valley. So
yep. And I'm gonna tell you,
hold on. I want to read this. Cedric Walker says State Farms, McDonald's, Cricket, Amazon, Papa John's, to name a few. You're right about those sponsors. I know those sponsors will not pay. And I use the two bottom teams in the SEC. Okay, Ole Miss versus Vanderbilt in Memphis at the Liberty Bowl. You think they would play? They would say, "Hey, Amazon, we'll take $1 million." Man, they'll laugh him out the door. Them bottom feeding teams in the what's the name? You had a conference with Alabama State. I mean, a classic with Alabama State and Alabama A&M. Sometimes it's 69, 70,000 people there. I know because I've been there. When I was stationed in Columbus, I went there, 2 years in a row, and I was like, holy shit. I mean, the tailgate spots, the hotels, the nightlife, the game, all that stuff, man. And it starts up. Tom Joyner would come there on a Thursday night, Friday. He would do the Tom Joyner morning show there. Ricky Smiley's doing the Ricky Smiley morning show there. It is so much at that Magic City Classic that everybody runs to, and it's a great atmosphere, great game. And then when you say have it on campus, oh, we couldn't hold all them damn people. But your next game, I give them a good one. FAMU versus Alabama A&M. I mean, Alabama State. You can't sell that game out at your home. And I got it. Alabama State and Alabama A&M, that's a old, deep rivalry, and I'm not knocking your rivalry. What I'm knocking is if you having a game like that and you putting $20 million into the city of Birmingham, that's after they paid everybody. So you're probably getting $30 million or more. You see what I'm saying? It's probably more up in that, but after you pay everybody, you're taking that type of money. And Birmingham loves that game. You know why they love that game? And old ass Raglan Legion film, they know black people coming to spend money. We spend money. I'm telling you, we spend money when we really don't need to be spending money. I was looking at when I went down there in Vegas at the Reliance Stadium. Yes, that Grambling and Jackson State thing, that sign is still up there. I said, well, damn. That's promotion. Good promotion. So, look at it. Cedric say, Ole Miss and Memphis always get $40 million split for their FedEx Classic in Memphis when they play. Yeah, that's true. Look at that type of money there. And listen, when Jackson State and Tennessee State in the 80s and 90s were playing that Southern Heritage Classic, I know for a fact that them schools, when they played back then, it was probably 50 to 60 million in revenue spent up there. All that stuff, man. So what I'm getting at, we have the power of the purse when we want to use it. You cannot explain to me, and nobody can, Grambling, you would travel all the way down to New Orleans for the Bayou Classic, and you would bring, 35, maybe 40? But your home game, you averages 10,000 if you're lucky. So, and I understand New Orleans is a party spot. I got that. But you mean to tell me, y'all, you had HBCU go at your homecoming. It was embarrassing. And I feel bad for HBCU go because they trying to get the people to come to the home games. But hell, they're not showing up. And they were like trying to locate the one that I went to. They was trying to locate where to put the stadium at, where the fans were going to be. They wanted to see a crowd. And everywhere they went, I think Alabama A&M, they found the right spot. That was the only one where if you go back and look, when they did show a SWAC game, Alabama A&M was the only place where it looked like actually people were actually there. The one at Grambling was embarrassing. And a couple other places was just sad. So if we getting these people to come down here to get HBCU to come to your home game, the schools, the cities, the teams, the coaches, they know when they put the schedule out, hey, look, HBCU's goal is coming here. Bring your mama and your cousin and everybody. Let them know we're going to be on national TV. We're going to be live. Because if you don't, they're going to stop coming. Then they're going to start going back to the MEAC schools and going to the North Carolina A&T, the greatest homecoming on earth and stuff like that, man. Now, go ahead, bro. My bad. I ain't mean to cut y'all.
I'm going to tell you something, man. After winning the national championship, Jackson State better average 40,000 fans. When Dion was there,
y'all hear that, JSU?
When Dion was there, they averaged 42,000 fans.
Mm-hmm.
TC them gave us a national championship. If he don't average 40, that'll be embarrassing. That would be embarrassing.
That's something to say, man. Hey, you know what though, Bakari? I agree with you though, brother. I agree with you. because they did not give these. They did not. What's the name? Give the props to Jackson State for winning. Jackson State had a phenomenal season. And remember, South Carolina State was supposed to do all this other stuff, this and that. And Jackson State beat them like they stole something. And guess what? Nobody gave them the credit. Like, I guarantee if South Carolina State would have won HBCU game, they'd still be talking about it. B Fresh said they've been stealing from us since Shaka Zulu. They'll wait until we have built up and flash money in our face. They lied to God and to steal land. And it's the same play, bro. Be fresh. You won't get me to disagree with you, my man. I guarantee you that, man.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was going to say.
You're not gonna have no smoke. You will not receive no smoke from me. Yeah, Cedric say using our black faces to grow white money. Cedric, I cannot disagree with that, man. I just don't get it how your kid can be recruited to these universities without you knowing what's going on. These schools took with every SEC school has stood firmly against diversity. I mean, if you have a black student union, no longer. You have a cultural study, no longer. But how can you go there and recruit my child when I know the only thing you want him for is his talent? You don't want him to get an education. You want him to get out there and labor. And thank goodness for NIL. Trust me. Like I told him, if you go there, break their damn bank. I'm serious. Make them pay $4-5 million.
Man, look what they did in Texas. As soon as Texas got rid of DEI, they closed down their culture. You remember that? I showed you the article.
The cultural studies.
They closed down the cultural studies centers where all cultures would meet up. Like they say, this is where the black people on the campus would meet up, right? Yeah. They closed that down. But we still gonna run there. Look what they just did at Duke. Remember that article I sent you? And Duke just literally said they ain't giving no more. It said black students. Like, and we would still run there.
And Duke got 4 black players and a white player. But you ain't getting black students no more scholarship or academics.
Yeah. No more academics. No more. Basically, that's what it's in. If you can't afford to come to Duke, they ain't worried about your grade requirement. If you don't have the financial requirement, they ain't gonna be helping no more black students. That's literally what it said. I sent it to didn't you read it? I sent it to Oren. I'm like, what? Yeah. They literally can just say this now.
They can say it now. It's you. What the thing is, they're so afraid of that. I guess we call him the president or whatever the hell the thing is.
The lunatic in office. The lunatic in office.
They're so afraid that he's gonna cut their funding and their money. And it's crazy, bro. And they will just bow down. EA say, here's the kicker. I know at UF they still have German studies and Japanese studies. No African American studies though, huh, EA? Ain't that something, bro? But see, we as young men and women or middle age or whatever you want to be called, when we see a young recruit, I tell them all the time, you going up there, this is not what you really think it's going to be. You're going to be loved on that football field, hated in the classroom. On campus, until they find out who you are, you just another N-word to them. But if you score a touchdown or you shoot a 3-pointer, you the hero.
Hey, miss a free throw at Texas A&M. Miss a free throw at Texas A&M. Miss a free throw at Texas A&M.
What's that?
Miss a free throw at Texas A&M. You just an N-word to them. I'm like, and we don't. Here's the thing: we don't have to put up with this.
No,
that's the thing about it. We don't have to. We can support everything because we love to talk about. Yeah, we got $1.4 trillion in spending power. We're being consumed. How much of, like, somebody came in my chat, this was about a month ago, just talking about HBCU. I just asked him, I said, man, have you ever been to a HBCU campus? No.
Nope.
Do you know anything about I said, so
Nope.
you only know what they say about HBCUs on social media. Yeah, but I
I'm
don't like how they did. I don't like how they did Dion and Ed Reed. I say, what did they?
yeah.
I say, what did they do to Dion and Ed Reed? Say they didn't do anything to Dion and Ed Reed. Well, look at all that money Obama gave him. He gave him $4 billion. I say multiply 4 billion times 113, divided by 113, and see how much money each school
How much
gets.
money school get, man?
I say divide, do that. Well, I thought he was giving each school $4 billion.
Man,
No.
please. Man, please.
A good brother. Now, he a good brother. He just ignorant when it comes to HBCU things. And I'm not saying ignorant to be disrespect, because he's a good brother. That was just something he didn't know. Now, the last time he said something, he said he looked into it and he understood more what I was saying. So he gonna have to look more into it. But we are easy to put our own down all the time.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. When I was sitting up there watching March Madness and all this other stuff, and it was John Calipari versus Rick Pitino. Two of the best college basketball coaches ever. Just greatness. They coached X, I said, they done named damn 30 names, and they named 3 white dudes yet. I said, now come on, man. You want to say that these men was able to go there and sell these folks a dream to go to Kentucky and Louisville, St. John's, UMass, all the places they didn't coach, they went there to sell them folks a dream. Those players made those coaches. I said, I've not seen a basketball coach at a PWI. Oof. You got to go back to Dean Smith. You got to go back to somebody like that, man. And yeah. I'm not a big North Carolina fan or Dean Smith, but I knew Dean Smith could actually flat out coach. And I think about how long ago that was, though. You ain't got no damn coaches no more. Y'all calling these people the greatest coaches because they can go into somebody's house that they that some AAU coaches
and they could get away with cheating.
Yeah.
Back then it was cheating.
Yeah. Like, if you mean to tell me Bruce Pearl's a coach? Yeah, right. That dude.
But I want to tell you something, man. I want to say this. Not just now, I'm for HBCU, right? Mm-hmm. But think of this. We like to say we're going to pull for the black coach. Why is it hard for Penny Hardaway to get it? See, man, something is wrong with us where we think, the other people, we need their validation.
Uh-huh.
Why Penny Hardaway can't get all them 5-star players? Now, I want them 5-star players to go to HBCU personally. But why Penny Hardaway can't get 6, 7 5-star players?
I'm gonna tell you this. The average 13 to 17-year-old probably couldn't even tell you anything about Penny Hardaway. Seriously, I'm being serious. It's because they are so fixated on what's happening now instead of learning the game. One of the craziest things is I went to one of my little cousin's basketball games. He ain't nothing about 99. And no lie, them little kids are dressed up in damn near $200 shoes. One of them got a sleeve on his arm. The other one got one leg. And I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? But as soon as that ball crossed half court, they shooting 3-pointers. I told them, I said, look, all 5 of y'all are badasses, can't beat Steph Curry. But that's what they know right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is nobody is teaching them the fundamentals of basketball anymore. And you don't have a big house games. You don't have the coach at Alcorn. And you know what I'm talking about, right? The one
Dave Whitney.
Whitney, that's him. Couldn't think of his name. You don't have a Whitney. You don't have that anymore. Where you can actually go to practice and learn. What Coach Whitney say? The games was the easiest. Practice was the worst. Because they were so competitive. You ain't pricing no damn basketball nowadays, man. It's all about talent. One and done. AAU has basically destroyed the game. And I got to give Coach Mo Williams his props. If Jackson State, let him stay there. Because now, hey, Jackson State fans, and y'all know how I am, bro. Y'all demand success on the dime, but you got to get this man time to build a program. But if they let him stay there, I ain't talking about no PWI coming to get him. I'm talking about Jackson, let him stay there. Mo going to get there. Mo can recruit. You got to give him some time.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something else. And that go back to something that we were talking about earlier, the things that we have to do. Why is it Jackson State with all these fans? Why don't we have 1,000 people in the KC 1400 collective? Why don't we have 1,000 people in that? I'm a part. Why don't we have 1,000 people inside that collective? Now, let me say this right quick. EA, I read your comment. You say you have a hard time believing that if somebody offered my child $250,000 to go to a PWI, I would tell them no. Here's the thing, EA, I understand that you have a hard time believing that. But I keep telling folks, man, I came from something different. And what I mean by I came from something different, I was taught their long game. I was taught their long game when I was a little child. We got Jackson State alum in the chat. Ask the Jackson State alum, do they know about the Ayers case? And if you know anything about the Ayers case, that man could have been a millionaire. He was in his 60s. In his 60s, he was turning down 6-figure jobs to stay to fight for HBCUs. And the reason I use that Ayers case to let you know where I come from, EA, that's the man that raised me. Him and his wife, Jake Ayers and Lil Ayers, them the folks that raised me. So I've learned from me. And guess what? And I ain't mad at nobody getting money. But what I'm saying is I look at the long game. I understand what they're doing. And I also understand that when that SEC commissioner have the guts to stand in front of Congress and say there should be not one black college that's Division I. I understand what they want to do to black colleges. So me running away to their money, that wouldn't be me helping what I want to see grow. That would be me. That would be me being a willing participant in watching the fall of HBCUs.
I'm gonna tell you this, EA. It's 3 colleges that my descendants will never ever step foot on. University of Mississippi, Alabama, and that damn Georgia. Those are the 3 worst colleges. And reason why I say that, my father was going to Valley when Meredith was trying to integrate Ole Miss. Inabena, Oxford, it ain't too far. But it was told to them, don't go nowhere. They about to burn that damn place down. Yeah. Alabama, George Wallace, when he stood up in that door and didn't allow Vivian Malone and them other people to register in that school, and then they wanted to name a dorm after her recently to share with another person who was a known Klan member, you out your damn mind. Georgia, UGA to this day, if you think I'm lying, UGA to this day has a active duty Nazi working on their campus. Those 3 units, I don't care if they offer them $250 million. I will come out my grave. And it's other schools. I mean, trust me, I wouldn't want them to go to either. But those 3 there, whew, I couldn't do it. I look at people sideways, man. I'm like, you just don't know the history of Alabama. George Wallace said, segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. Ross Barnett had that Klan rally at Vaught Hemingway Stadium, the same stadium they play in right now. When he had that Klan rally, he gave a segregation speech there. See, if these kids know their history, they would turn down. But what we have gotten so accustomed to is Oh man, he's awesome. He's playing, man. He's racking it up. He's killing it up there. I'm so glad my damn heroes went to Jackson State, went to Valley, went to Alcorn, Southern and Grambling. But hey, I'm from a different era. I'm from a whole different era. You can ask the average ESP, what that list you showed me, the ESPN 300. Ask them have they even went to an HBCU campus for a visit.
Them the ones, and them the only the ones from Mississippi. Them was the only ones from Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
They're all actually ones from Mississippi. Now one of them. But see, but here's the thing, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
why I talk about things that we can do, where we can help change our social economic position, EA, right? Look, I ain't mad at nobody for getting their money, but I'm gonna go once again. I'm gonna go back to Texas A&M. Oh, I can go to Alabama. I'm gonna take Texas A&M, then I'm gonna go to Alabama. So if they offer me $250,000 EA, would that be okay? That means I should be okay with them calling my son the N-word because he missed the free throw because they gave him $250,000. I should be okay with him having to put up with those type of things, or go to Alabama and then the University of Texas beat Alabama, and you got the people sitting in the stands. N-words, go back to the projects where you belong. Talking to the players from Texas. We don't have to put up with that. We do not. And that's what I'm saying. We have to tell our kids they don't have to put up with that. Because you know what? We can change things. Because if we change us, we ain't going to change them. But it's a whole lot of stuff that they would not let happen on those campuses to our students, our youth, if we change some of the things that we did. I ain't knocking nobody for getting money.
Okay, I'm gonna read this comment from EA. EA say most black athletes have no idea that Clemson is built on the largest plantation throughout the South. Whew, Death Valley, huh? Plantation Valley. See, stuff like that, man. I don't think these kids. Number one, they're not taught in school about this, but they want somebody to like them, to see them wearing that plantation Confederate college stuff, and they expect somebody to be like, "Oh, you one of the good ones," or "Oh man, that's cool." You got to remember, we can go back, and I'm gonna use Travis Hunter for a prime example. You had more people mad at Ole Miss that Travis Hunter was going to Jackson State than he was, instead of him going to Florida State. If Travis Hunter went to Florida State, what I'm getting at, if Travis Hunter would have went to Florida State, they was fine with that. But for him to go to Jackson State, Ole Miss cut up so bad in them comments. And I asked that dude, I said, well, when has Ole Miss ever won anything? They couldn't tell me nothing. I said, have y'all ever won the SEC? Or it's the hardest conference in football? I say, because of why? I say, because over 90% on every single one of your teams are made up of black men. That's why you're the hardest, quote unquote, hardest conference, which I don't believe that. What it is, they sit up there and feed you and train you and condition you like you're a damn horse. And you got to come out that stable running. That's just my opinion. They don't. It's not academics that they care about at those schools, because your academics is not going to bring in what they make $100-something million at these SEC schools a year. That's academics is not going to do that for them. They got money for research. They don't have money for them football programs unless you there putting in that work.
Now I'm gonna tell you the one SEC school I give props to right now anyway, and that's the University of Arkansas. Not giving them props, but I can say this: when Donald Trump told them, this was a week ago, that if they don't cut out, they have a program where they were helping minority students. They qualified with the grades, and they was giving them scholarships to come get their masters in business.
Mm-hmm.
And he told them if they don't stop that program, they will lose 60% of their funding. The University of Arkansas president said they'll just lose, as of right now. Eventually, I don't know if they're going to bow. The University of Arkansas said, well, they'll just lose 60% of their federal funding then, because they see These people need an opportunity to get their education if they can't afford to go to school for a master's and they meet our grade requirements. They will get a scholarship. They are still paying they are still paying the kids way through school.
That's what that's why I played that video at the beginning about Jesse Jackson talking about equality, with the rules out there in front of you. When we have an equal opportunity or equal chance at anything, we gonna excel, extra excel. Look at it. We're supposed to be what 1AA or a step below these programs, this and that. But like I told you, I can go through just about every football position and show you how an HBCU player has evolved the game of football by his talents. From Bullet Bob Hayes at FAMU, he changed the whole game, how wide receivers was able to run. Lim Barney, defensive back, how many yards you can touch, folks. Walter Payton, the running back. The tackle, not the tackle, defensive end. The head slap.
Deacon Jones.
I can just keep going on and how these people have changed, made the NFL adjust rules because these players were so dominant. I have not seen one player that come out of the SEC or Big Ten that went pro and they had to change something because that player was so dominant in there. I'm telling you, man. So what I'm getting at is our young folks, well, number one, they don't know. That's why when folks look at my background, some of them be like, I kind of heard about them, or is that the school where Walter Payton came from? Or Jerry Rice came from one of them schools. They'll be saying stuff like that. I'm like, bro, you all got a long way to go. But, now look, I will give them young kids this, though. They know more about Michael Vick, which I'm like, damn, y'all had to be like babies, man. But they know him in the NFL. Because I'm like, man, Michael Vick, man, was like 19 in the mid-90s when he was in college. But, Vick was flashy, so they know stuff like that. I said, man, before Vic, you had Randall Cunningham, man, and before Cunningham, I said I can name you some other quarterbacks. I said, but hey, I got it though. But we have to teach our kids a lot more about sports.
Yes, we do.
Because basketball, you will be shocked how many people don't know that Tennessee State won an NIA championship back in the 50s and 60s. When they talk about Coach Big House Gaines and stuff like that, they don't know who that is, man. I'm like, how you don't know who Big House Gaines is, and you a baller, man? I say, y'all don't know about the secret game, the Duke versus North Carolina. Was it North Carolina A&T when Duke tried to walk the ball up the court and North Carolina State? Every time they walked the ball up the court, North Carolina State would take the ball and run down the court, and not North Carolina State, North Carolina A&T. And what was it, Winston-Salem? One of them black colleges, but it was a secret game, and they beat the brakes off them. They don't know about the Mississippi State game. They didn't want to go play integrated basketball team. They had to sneak off and go play.
Yeah, the governor wouldn't let them.
The governor wouldn't let them.
Yeah. Here's my thing, right?
Like EA, Southern Bell Blunt, the bump and run, mauling receivers. Yep. Like I say, man, it's so many positions. During football season, I always go over them, but I go over them for a purpose. Because some of these young kids don't believe that they can make it to the next level unless they are playing at a PWI. It's built into their head somehow. And then when they see somebody that from HBCU, I think it was Atlanta, when they had the Super Bowl last time, maybe the second time before last. Atlanta, I will give them this. Because the Super Bowl was in February, and they brought out all the NFL Hall of Famers that went to a HBCU.
Yeah, it was over, what was it, 6 to 8 of them, 7, something like that.
Something like that. And some of them players, man, woo, I'm like, bro, if these kids would ever do some research to see how dominant these dudes were, man, my goodness, man. But they don't. They look just, hey, man, these, like, man, what them kids say, man, I only work 8 hours a day. I don't work 8 hours in 1 minute. I don't work past 15 minutes to 20 minutes, my lunch break. I have to have that time off. Other than that, I'm not doing anything for you. I don't take my work home. They do the bare minimum to get by, and they don't want no stress and no drama. But
You're
some
right.
of these people are so talented. They workout ethic is so horrible, but their talent is so great. And that great talent that they have, when they get up there to them PWI, they put them in them damn stables. That's what I call them. Because some of them dudes, man, they develop, but they are maxed out after 3 years. They max them out. And then when they get to the pros, they barely can stay 3 years because they've been maxed out. They've been ran so hard. Where at HBCU, you number one, you getting them that you getting your lesson. As the old folks say, you gonna get them lessons. Because you get on academic probation, homeboy. Hey, I don't know what to tell you. You getting up out of there. But you growing on that football field, and it's not all about weightlifting and all that other stuff. It's more about mentally getting yourself conditioned to play.
Yeah.
You got to be mentally strong. And now, what I'm liking more and more about HBCU football, basketball, we got a lot of work to do, and baseball, hell, look, y'all think I'm playing? I'm gonna try for goddamn one of these pitching jobs out there, man. I'm serious. I'm gonna try for one of these pitching jobs and one of these. I was watching the game. I just threw my hands up. I said that boy couldn't throw and hit the broadside of the board. They just throwing the ball all over the place. I said, where y'all find these dudes? I said, that's all right, man. I got 4 years of college eligibility for academic level. I'm gonna be the oldest pitcher in
college history.
Let
me say this, right? So I don't want nobody to think I'm telling somebody to turn down money, because I would, right? Because I would tell my child to. But anyway, and I tell my biggest point when I say that about the money, my biggest point is because I believe you use the bigger programs to build up the smaller ones. That's really what the SEC. That's really what the SEC did with Alabama and who else? Florida, Tennessee. When they was winning, it just SEC. Even though it was the same team winning all the time, SEC. So then all of a sudden now you see schools like Ole Miss over the last few years been in the top. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's SEC. What I'm saying is schools like Jackson State, FAMU, Southern. I'm talking about people who have fans. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hey,
we should be.
I want to ask it. Hey, EA, when you talk about Rupp, I don't know if you ever seen the movie, but it's about Rupp Arena. Well, not Rupp Arena, but Coach Rupp himself. He had to play Texas Western. It's University of Texas El Paso now, but they was called Texas Western Miners. Rupp would not even shake the coach's hand. The coach was a white coach at Texas Western. He would not shake the coach's hand because he had black players on his team. This was for the NCAA championship game.
Then after they beat him, he went and recruited him some, didn't he? But
not only did he recruit some of them, Texas Western taught him a lesson about black basketball players. The coach had never started 5 black guys. He said, hell with it. He started all 5 black guys. Pat Riley was on that Rupp team.
I don't like Pat Riley at all. That's the devil, but go ahead. Pat Riley's the devil.
The opening tip. Kentucky never seen a team that athletic. Texas Western took that pass and donked it. Was it Ruffin? I think his name was David Ruffin. What is the center's name? He dunked on Pat Riley so hard. They knew they had lost the game after that first play. And you're right. Rupp Arena was named after racist Rupp. After that game, he did the following year start recruiting black players. And the rest is history. Same thing with Alabama. Same thing with Alabama.
Oh yeah, of course. Hey, let me finish saying this right quick before I get up off of here, right?
Okay.
When I was talking about the bigger schools, right, with the fan base, right? When I'm saying the big, I'm talking about the fan base, right? we should be leading the way with 1,000, 2,000 people. Because EA, I ain't disagreeing with EA. They need money. So we need a 2,000 people in our damn collectives, so we can give our young athletes not just football, basketball, men and women, baseball, whatever. So we can give our young athletes some money, even if you can't give them the 250, you might be able to give them some, and it's enough for them to stay. So I agree with EA about the money, because, but so it's up to us. So the fans, this is why when we brag on this big fan base, right? When we brag on this big fan base,
Mm-hmm.
and we can average 30,000 fans a game, and we got the biggest fan base, nobody more on social media, but we ain't got but 500 people in the damn collective.
That's something, ain't it?
We ain't got but 500 people in the collective.
That's
So
something.
and you know, and everybody's situation is different. I do understand. Don't get it twisted. I understand why folks with some folks, because everybody's situation is different. So that means we gonna have to do something different so we could get. Because now I'm gonna be honest. At least you look at some of these things now. When the players being recruited back in the day, they wouldn't even mention the HBCU. Now you have some that now you have some of the players, at least they're mentioning them, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now we have to do something. We have to be part of these collectives. We have to do something to make sure we can get some of these. Make sure we can get some of these players.
You're right, brother. Well
We
said.
gonna have to do it.
That's right. Ain't nobody coming to save us. I can tell you that now. Nobody's coming to save us. Not. Trust me, man. But hey, man. Hey, I'm glad you joined, man. Bakari, man, and always great information and insight as always, man. And you already know, man. Anytime I'm on, drop the link. You're more than welcome to come up, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and end. I want to show Alabama State had the pro day. Let's see, yeah. And I said, hey, man, pretty good. Turn that music down, man. Hey, YouTube, you can't strike me again. And so, but yeah, they actually had I know a couple of their defensive players. I expect them to go in the pros. Alabama State had a hell of a defense last year. Hey, but you know, look at that. That's what I live. I live 225. That's about the only thing I'm good at now, living weights. And all that running there, hey, man, hey. But hey, that's what it's all about, though, man. Look at that. Hopefully them young men can get an opportunity to play. And also with Alabama State, I think they are first. They spring game. If hey, all them Alabama State fans that was messaging me, is y'all spring game gonna be televised anywhere? Don't be trying to hide down there on exit 1. Trying to hide what y'all call yourself, the Hornets, sting them, whatever the hell that is. But it's all good though. But that's all, man. That's all for the night, man. And I'm glad for the folks that left comments and all the other good stuff, man. So we're gonna go ahead on and get on up out of here, man. And thank y'all for watching. And join me Wednesday, man. We're gonna do what is it? Black Business Wednesdays. So until then, hey, same back time, same back channel Wednesday. See you later.